This is DW News live from Brazil, live from Berlin, excuse me.
DW correspondent Alex Forrest-Whiting, thank you very much for your insights.
Excuse me, I'm waiting for the teleprompter. Maybe the teleprompter could go forward. Thank you.
One of those recipients, Gerd Engels, who won the Coaching Ambassador Award.
I'm Rebecca Ritters. Welcome to the programme. German Chancellor Angela Merkel's governing coalition took another beating today.
Let's bring in our correspondents now, Birgit Moss in London and Emily Sherwin in Moscow. Good morning to both of you.
Basically, how all these parents believe that their children's health suffered caused by tear gas. Of course, we are not scientists. We cannot establish the causal relationship between...
Ja klar, es war kein herausragendes Fußballspiel, auch wenn die Liverpool-Fans hier feiern. Es war
The reason for that is that there's more violence against LGBT people, even here in Berlin and in Germany. But I asked a couple of people here on the streets, they feel safe.
Now, let's bring in our correspondent Song Han-Tzu from Taipei. Can we trust these figures, I would like to ask him, but I'm just hearing that I'm talking to our correspondent Lars Halter instead, who is obviously just become aware.
Let's start first with you, Ryan. I'm hoping you will be with us here in a moment.
Yep, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear Ryan. Let's start with that. Tell us, what have you discovered about Project Dragonfly in your work? Tell us about Google's secret effort to get back into China.
A similar charge.
Andrea, that scandal is mind-bogglingly big. It's about billions and billions of dollars. Much of it ended in the coffers of the government. And Andrea, I think we've just lost her. Okay.
What is it that tipped the scales against the Prime Minister?
Fossil fuels, of course, actually still account for 40% of Germany's energy mix. And as you mentioned there, it was the subsidies, actually, that caused the German government to end this phase out. But the children here have said that they will continue to head out onto the streets every week until they see some action taken. Because as you mentioned, at least in Germany,
Well, in the world of European Union politics, this man, you can almost see him, Jean-Claude Juncker. He is the closest to a president, a prime minister, some would even say a king. Juncker will soon step down as European Commission president. Who will replace him? Well, that brings us to this man. If you believe in the power of technology, in Europe's banking circles, he is practically a household name. I'm talking about Manfred Weber. We were going to show you a picture, but like I said earlier, it's almost Friday. Now, Mr. Weber spent years as head of Germany's reserve bank, the Bundesbank.
No, I think his career is over.
All right, Robin Merrill, thank you so very much. And I am going to hand you over to Javier now, because the tech world gets ready for the first big event of the year.
You had a little preview of me there, Leila.
Ansgar Becker, thank you very much for this update. Now, all this week, we are taking a look at the new Silk Road, China's attempt to revive a 1,000-year-old trade route by investing hundreds of billions of dollars in ports, railways, roads and bridges across Asia.
This is DW News coming to you live from Berlin.
Now, DW's chief political correspondent is Melinda Crane. Welcome, Melinda.
And now the question is, after 70 years, where these controls are going.
Apple has committed $2.5 billion to tackle California's housing crisis.
For more on the Chancellor's visit, we have in the studio now DW's chief political editor, Michelle Kuffner.
This week marks 1 year since France elected Emmanuel Macron as president.
So you don't trust the media?
My background is research, right? I work quantitatively. I work in data science, and so for me, if there's an issue that's pertinent to me,
that's all we have time for. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Back to you in the studio.
And now, what makes you happy?